I know for me, when we started homeschooling and I was a stay-at-home mom and my husband's income was not that high. We had to be super careful in how much we spent. So I was on a mission to do everything as free or cheap as possible. Do you guys like those words, free and cheap?
Yes. Hey girly, welcome to Tip Tuesday. My name is Wendy and I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom of 4 little ones. And on this channel, I talk about all things homeschooling, homemaking, mommy self-care, and kids empowerment. Guys, this month we are talking about all things budgeting, frugal living, all the things, especially as stay-at-home moms, all the things that can help us maybe stick within our means. And today I've got Ashely on, and Ashely is amazing at these things. So Ashely, how are you doing today?
Hi, Wendy. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Ashely is a homeschooling mama of 3. And on her channel, she has all these like tips on how to not, I guess, homeschooling is difficult when it comes to budgeting. Homeschooling and budgeting, sometimes it seems like they don't go together because it's like, you know, it's your children's education. So it's okay to spend all the money, right, Ashely?
Yeah.
So Ashely,
really, it depends on your family, right?
That's true. That's true. It really does. Depends on your family. It really does. So what are some tips that you have for us when it comes to the money?
Well, that we can start there, Wendy. That's a great idea, is to think about what your family can or can't afford at this time. So I love hearing you talk about it, Wendy. Like you've said, your husband's like, if you need it, I'll get it. And so you just go and get it. And that's awesome. And that is such a great gift that you have in your family in homeschool. But I know that some other families may not be able to do that right now. They have to pick and choose and do things frugally. But again, frugally looks different for every family. So maybe your budget's $100 this year, or maybe it's, $1,000. Some families can do that, and that's great. But whatever it is you need to do, you decide what your family can or can't do this year.
Exactly. So to you, what being frugal means, or what being good stewards of your money means, is just living within what you establish together with your spouse or within your family means, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's why it has to be something to decide with you and your spouse or whoever's in charge of the money. Hopefully you guys both talk about that. That's another video, I guess, but yeah, deciding what you do together, and you can kind of take it really year by year, month by month, whatever works for you guys. I know for me, when we started homeschooling and I was a stay-at-home mom and my husband's income was not that high. We had to be super careful in how much we spent. So I was on a mission to do everything as free or cheap as possible. Do you guys like those words, free and cheap?
Yes. My husband loves those words.
Yeah. One thing I've learned is that thankfully now my husband is making a bit more money than we did when we first started homeschooling. It's a huge gift, but I still try to keep it under a certain number each year and each month.
I think that's good. I think that even though you have the ability to be like, hey, we need it, can we get it? It's always good, in my opinion, to be a good steward of your money. So yes, you can have it, but what are some other ways that that you can be a good steward and not just get it because you have it?
So many options out there. Like seriously, if you Google homeschool curriculum, you're gonna get all the options, and it can get super overwhelming. I know it, and I've been there. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to decide what is most important for our family. Otherwise, we're going to be spending money on all the things, and you're not going to know what your money is going towards. And the best thing that I've done in order to be a good steward of my money with my homeschool supplies is I know what my mission is as a homeschool mom for my kids, either as a whole, like from now until they graduate, or just this year? What am I focusing on? So I know my money can go to the specific places where it needs to go and not be like just spread out like, here, take my money. Because literally I can open up my computer every day and be like, take my money, right?
So true. I have opened up my computer every day and been like, take my money. So yes, that's 100% true. And it's so easy to try to get that like instant gratification, like give it to me. And just be like, oh wait, I don't even have any place to like use this within the time that I have afforded to me.
Yes, that's good. One thing I've noticed is sometimes we can make purchases on curriculum that doesn't work. And that's not fun. And then you feel like you've wasted your money and you want to just plow through, just right when you know. So you just want to plow through, but just because you put so much money into this. So one thing I've learned that helps with that is to spread out your purchases a little bit and not go all in on everything at one time of the year. So if you spread it out a little bit throughout the year, you don't have to buy history, science, language arts, and math all in August. You can buy it as you go along, right?
Exactly. That's so smart. I never even thought about it that way. Yes. And then that way you can hit up a lot of deals that you didn't even think about. Like, wow, okay, yeah, that's super smart. Especially if you know something's working for you and you're going to need to purchase it again for the next year. Yeah, I love that. That's a really good idea. Now, do you do the whole like Facebook Marketplace, yard sale, thrifting, those types of things as well?
That's a great question. I was actually searching this morning for some curriculum that's coming up. So one of my favorite things to do is once I've done my research on which curriculums I know I want to use, I look at what I can buy used. And some of the things you can't already been written in like workbooks and things like that. But there's certain readers you can get with some curriculums. For example, I'll give you just a specific example. All About Reading Level 3 is what I'm looking at. And I can go online and I can just purchase the package, $150, I think, for the whole level. And for some moms, they've got that laying around. They can do that. But I looked at it and I was like, okay, what do I need to buy and what can be bought used? I went to Facebook Marketplace was the first one I went to. And hopefully you're already part of, or all you viewers are already part of Facebook Marketplace homeschool groups. But if not, that's a huge place to go look for things that are used. So I typed in All About Reading 3 readers, and I found them for $15.
That's good. That's amazing.
Yeah, it would have been $40 if I bought it brand new.
That's so good. And it's just like a little extra work can save you $30. That's amazing.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to buy the readers by themselves, and then I'm going to purchase the student packet. And that's all I'm going to spend on this level because I won't need everything else. I can get more. There's always more you can get, but being picky about what you buy. I mean, being like not picky about what you buy. If it's a little bit frayed on the edges, not a big deal. Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
I love that. And also, there's something to be said about giving something a second life. There's something to be said about using something to its maximum capacity. It just seems like you're not being wasteful and you're not being, I don't know, like flippant about the means that we do have living here, you know? So I love that. Yes. I love the idea of buying used and just giving back, especially to another homeschooling mama just trying to make it out there. Now, Ashely, I know you talk about all these things on your homeschool channel, and I know as well that you have a website. So like, how can my viewers get in touch with you? How can they find you? How can we get all the tips? Because we need to budget better. We need to do better. Income tax is coming around. So I know everybody's about to just spend all that money on the next year. We need to do it right. So where can we find you to get all the tips and all the wisdom?
All right. I have my YouTube channel at Joyful Noise Learning. And I also have my website is joyfulnoiselearning.com. Pretty easy there.
Easy. So easy.
And then I have my Instagram where I have my behind the scenes and daily kind of tips here and there on my stories. And that's Joyful Noise Mama on Instagram as well.
So good. And I will have all that linked down below for you guys so you guys can connect with her. The thing about Ashely is she's very practical and she's always willing to help. Like she will go above and beyond. So reach out, jump in her DMs if you've got any specific questions. And if she knows the answer, she's going to give it to you. If she doesn't, she will tell you where to find it. Like she is incredibly resourceful. So definitely all the questions, all the tips, go find her. You will not regret it. Ashely, thank you so much for joining me.
That was so fun. I love chatting with you all the time.
Ladies, bye. And I will see you next time.